too. You an asshole.
Somebody's got to be the bad guy.
Man.
Oh man, it's the Max year. Watch. There's gonna be so many shout outs to Max this year. Watch. I'm trying to tell you.
Nah, man. It's always Snake. Always an asshole. You're gonna have to do a lot to overtake that.
Nah,
That
you
one.
you right.
But
You right.
the fucked up shit is like I honestly don't be starting shit with motherfuckers. I just don't let shit go. Like I ain't like
That is it.
as a man, like dog, when you did wrong about shit, unless you come and actually apologize like you're a bitch until your girl apologize about some shit or actually close that chapter, some shit don't get closed. I don't forget shit. You out here in the streets, man, you don't forget a face or nothing at all in the fucking world. You play that street game, you looking at everything and everybody's face the whole 9 yards. I won't forget shit. Might not get you today, might not get you tomorrow, but you gonna get got.
If you know what I know, baby. Raven alive.
Lions, Saints, 6:15 Central.
Byron.
Wide receivers, tight ends.
Running. Hey man, we got some debuts tonight, bro. We got some debuts tonight. Snake. Some of these young guys, some of these diaper dandies will be playing in their first games tonight. Who you think gonna be ready? Who you think gonna surprise us? Which one of these diaper dandies you think gonna be like, that motherfucker went off. Oh, he ready right now. He ready right the fuck now. Diaper Deezy.
Go off or not, somebody, a situation that is actually intriguing, and it's partially because of new coach, but it's a whole turnover, is the Texans.
Man, he opened up with the Baltimore Ravens though, week 1. That's gonna be a game, boy.
Yeah, so like, he new coach, new situation. You know, when you're a new coach, any situation, you know, you gonna bring in some of your players as well, and you know, they moved on from Jalen Hurts. They brought in Spencer Rattler as you know, but you still got Kenny Pickett as a first year, you know, red shirted a bit last year, played a little bit, and man, he made that first pick in the draft with that DB, the top cornerback in the draft, and Eli Ricks. We talked about him last night, so I like some of the foundation what he's actually putting together over there. But
if Eli Ricks came out last year, he would have been he'd have been the top 5 corner in that draft.
Yeah, definitely.
With Stingley and Sauce Garner, he would have came out in that draft. He'd have been a top 5 guy, though. He's a dog. That was a good pick. I just think he got, you know, speed of the game. All he got to do is understand the speed of the game, get a couple of games under his belt, and I think he's gonna be a dog for Texans. They finally got them a shutdown, in my opinion.
Who else we want to see?
What about C.J. Stroud starting tonight
in
Atlanta?
Stroud, man. First
they got to play the Super Bowl champs, though. They got to play them Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man.
And them Bucks got a fire lit up under them. But
yes,
man,
sir. And they ready to start their repeat tour. You know what I mean?
I think that might go a little nasty, man. I think that game could get ugly. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, might not be the worst debut of a rookie quarterback. We just might have seen that last night with the 49ers, but they got to revamp and get some things together. But I think that might could go ugly, man. About New Orleans, man. They drafted 2 quarterbacks over there, bro. Like,
I mean, in my opinion, I think, you know, the word is that, you know, GETA style had the face of the league for 2 years straight is no longer the quarterback over there.
Huh?
Could you justify that? Yeah, like no longer the quarterback in, over there. I would think so. I think he's moving on to a faster quarterback. Now, which quarterback is he going to play? The guy with the superstar, or is he going to work the young Florida guy and hopes that he can get him up to a superstar X Factor type shit? Is the question in my opinion. So, GETA Styles. I don't know if he continues to start. out there. He ain't even a starter right now. He's third on the depth chart at this moment. Right now, Emory Jones is the new starting quarterback in New Orleans.
Wow. Sheesh. Well, if that's the case, I mean, that might be the diaper dandy situation. I can't put it on no one diaper dandy. Does he stick with Emory Jones? Does he go to tag?
Is
Uh,
this the same move the Dolphins did last year with De'Aaron King? In your opinion, I think it is. I think it's not on the same level because Dan Marino Jr. was a playoff quarterback and he was a top 5, top 10 quarterback in this league for sure. But Jada Styles was one of the big name quarterbacks in this league. If anything, he was a big name. He had, he sold jerseys. Uh,
right.
and they kind of taking that same path where they draft a guy. I mean, they went and got him in the second round. So to me, they were looking for a starter right away. And when you listen to the coach talk, he said, with his rollout offense and what he wants to do, moving the pocket, he needed a faster quarterback, period. And Jada Styles just wasn't fast enough with how fast the defenses are in this league with that 85 speed, 90 XL. So they go to a guy that, the 4-4 guy, 4-4 guy, right? 4-5, low, like high 4-4, low 4-5 guy, Emory Jones with that 92 speed, 92 XL. They're going to lose integrity on the throw power, but do this team need a quarterback to launch it 40 yards downfield?
Man, with that running back room and we know they got a strong tight end and receiver. They got weapons over there, so man, I think they should be able to get through it. It's going to be interesting. I guess we're going to find out tonight. Yeah, we got to see that. We got to see that game tonight. If Emory Jones is a starter there,
All right, you
I
got me
think this is
paused, but you calling me FaceTime, cuz.
I think this definitely the game to pay attention
What's
to.
up? All right. Yep. All right. All right. Love you. Bye. Got you. All right. But yeah, man.
Miami and Carolina.
Nasir Dell is still the starter over here. Earl Peppers is the backup. In the run game, we do got to check out the receiver room over here because Hudson's still number 1 over here. King G number 2, and Damian Rice is number 3 over here. So they do, they got a whole shitload of receivers. I mean, Bo Melton is 4th on this depth chart. They picked up Joshua Lanier from Jackson State. So, but Melton, he broke the single season reception game. He had 25 in the game. And he's the 4th receiver on this team. So they got a bunch of receivers. I still think they're still riding that wave of whatever receiver they're going to target can be a really special receiver, but they haven't put it together with the talent in the receiver room. They haven't put it together where they use all these guys in the same game where you get all these guys going. I haven't seen them put that together yet. It's usually whoever's going to get the targets is going to be the guy for the day. And I think that's still holding their offense back.
Right. Once they learn to diversify themselves and spread it out a little bit more. What does this user and owner believe that a quarterback like Emory Jones, a little bit more ability, will allow them to spread the ball out a little bit farther?
I mean, in hopes. At the end of the day, what you're looking for is a quarterback that when he roll out, he's not getting caught by these linemen that got that type of speed that he got.
I think another matchup, very interesting matchup, and another diaper dandy that we want to pay attention to tonight, and it's just strictly because of matchup about the Dolphins versus the Panthers. We're talking about one of the top linebackers in the draft, Noah Sewell from Oregon, versus Streets. We know what the Panthers does.
Noah Sewell's going to be put in a situation where he's going to have to chase running backs down all game long. And he's right now the number 1 linebacker on this depth chart. Noah Sewell comes in, X factor, 90 speed, 93 XL. I mean, the guy has 95 hit power. Their linebacker room was off the hook in Oregon with him and Justin Flo there. All right, so he's in Miami now, playing in the weather, nice environment. This is something he's used to. So what it comes down to is he's ready to stop a ball carrier that's going to get somewhere between 25 to 30 carries.
He is welcome to the NFL moment right away. He comes into the Dolphins as the best linebacker on their squad. This was a great pick by the Dolphins. This is a team this is a great pick. He's the best linebacker on your squad. You ain't go back out here chasing no wide receivers or chasing, having 50 cornerbacks. And this is what we talk about, trying to see growth in some players and development of their teams as well. So like Sewell, great first round pick, but he's gonna get his welcome to the NFL moment quick, fast, and in a hurry. One thing we know about these Panthers, man, you can see 20, 30, 40 carry game, and that
I want to see how
linebacker
much
is going
Jordan
to be
Burch is
tested.
going to play from South Carolina, the defensive end, man. This kid, this was a steal pick right here. He is a monster. I think with Jalen Phillips getting up there in age, Burch is the starter over here. You look at him now. So you're looking at Burch as the #1 starter at the right end. He got 2 diaper Dannies that will be playing, so he's going to match up with Nick Nasty. This gives those guys 2 guys off the edge right now. I think Nick Nasty has solidified himself as one of the top pass rushers in the AFC, and not only just the AFC, the league. And then you bring in Jordan Burch, he's going to unlock with the ability as well. And then you got a guy, now you got 2 guys coming off the edge, in my opinion. Gives them, a 1-2 punch on the edge, and at this point in the league, you're gonna need 2 pass rushers on the edge. They got it now. I think Jordan Phillips' days are done in Miami, and the new Burch era started over here. So we looking at 2 defensive diaper Danny so far that will be on the field.
And they're going to get tested.
And gonna get tested right away, yes sir. You look at the linebacker room, like you said. You said Noah Sewell is the guy over here. I think they did pick up another linebacker. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's going to play yet or not. Nah, they didn't. Let's go look at the DB room. Corey Bernard leads the cornerback room. Kids here. They still got Damari Mathis from last year from Pittsburgh, Brownlee and Robinson. And what happened to that? What happened to that kid they got chemistry? Where'd he go? Javon Highlands here still. Javier Rivers. They picked up John Huggins from Jackson State. It's levels of football, all right? So, you're looking at the SWAC football. This was a great pickup, great speed. I like this kid. He's, 78 tackling. When you look at the hit power, he's not, one of those guys that's going to knock your head off, right? But you want a guy like him because he's going to cover it. Now, he got to get some work done here, 73-man, 74 zone. So I don't really see him being an impact in this game, but I do think he'll touch the field for sure in this game with Trill Williams and the defensive player of the year from last year, Bubba Bolden. He got to move this kid. Y'all got to stop hitting these cornerbacks at the third safeties, knowing that when y'all going to big nickels and dimes and all that shit, they're going to be on the field at safeties. Y'all got to knock that shit off, bro. Snake, we got to start going back through the league and doing this again, bro. There'll be a whole lot of them. Now, unless this is a tweener, unless your guy was deemed a tweener, don't do it. Please, get them out of there. Sub packages, all that shit. Get these guys out of there. Knock it off.
Man, what he's saying is you allow a 53-man roster. So, like, when we're going to enforce, it's sad that we have to do this and we got to hold some of you guys' hands, but you need to build your team with depth. So, like, you can hold 2 or 3 safeties on your team. Go get you another safety. Your safeties can play safety. Free safety is a strong safety. Have you enough cornerbacks to actually have cornerbacks in your position? Like, because at the end of the day, instead of keep going through that shit, people gonna just when the committee starts saying that we're tired of going through teams, and when you catch them, just drop them plays for the year, and we'll go back and deal with it at the end of the year, and that's what happens, or something like that to that effect. Because like it's just childish that we got to keep saying the same thing 3 and 4 times. It's week 1, so we know when you auto program, or maybe you ain't set up. We're not picking on you, young Cam, but just saying in general, man. Just everybody try to fix them depth charts, man, and get that stuff straight. Because,
Young CMD, we got work to do before this game get played, bus. So don't you go nowhere. Anyway, De'Aaron King is in his 2nd season right now, man. Not a diaper Danny anymore. He's a young gunner right now. All right, so I talked to De'Aaron King, man. We have a clip right now with Skadimes interviewing De'Aaron King right now, and I'm gonna go to that clip for a second. Give me a second. Pull up the Skadimes moment, and then Skadimes, Skibbles.
Because unless these Panthers address that cornerback room over there, like
man. So De'Aaron King, man, welcome to the show, man. This is the Skadime show. What went down last year, man? You was deemed the starting quarterback, and possibly, you sat down not only a Hall of Famer's son, but and Dan Marino Jr., who had this Miami Dolphins team, always being in the playoffs. You worked your ass off and got this team to the playoffs just for the Dolphins and their front office I don't know where the call came from. I think Dan Marino, the senior Dan Marino, had something to do with this. Yeah, I'll fix it. I got it. Max sent it to me too. But yeah, how did you feel, man? You worked your ass off to get this team to the playoffs, and yet you had to sit down in a playoff game in a wild card round. I thought, I did everything I could possibly do, but being a rookie, I understand it's the NFL. I get it. You know, they want to win first. And I felt as though, I could get out there and do what I've been doing all year, but they felt that Marino gave them the better chance. And I know I'm only a rookie, and I know I got plenty of time to prove myself. So I just put my head down, put that in the back of my memory, and looked at it as this: I won't give them any reason this year to be able to second guess me as the starting quarterback for this Dolphins team. I respect that answer, Snake. He could have been a dickhead, could have said anything else outside of that, but I respect that. He said he's gonna put that whole situation behind him and put it on himself and show them that they don't have to make that type of decision ever again. I think D'Eriq King, man, he's gonna go crazy, man. I think he's gonna have a good year, man. Word in the market is he gets a +3 at the throw power too, so his arm got stronger over the summer. I like that. We got work to do here with him, so I think he's gonna be a really good fit because he opened up some of the offense last year, man. They took a little bit of pieces from the Ravens dual threat quarterback style where they had them spread you out and ran draws with him and blast with him and things like that. And I thought, he did some really spectacular things with that. And if you let him open that part of his game up, it gives him a second dimension of what he likes to do. And it could be scary. So if they can get him under wraps and get the chemistry going, I think they're going to be in a good situation. And as far as the Knights game, it's night and day with these two teams. Although the Dolphins can run the football, that's not what they want to do. But the Panthers want to line up and give you smash mouth football. They want to give you 1952 football. Stop these 6 running backs we got, bottom line. And before you stop these 6, you got to stop the number 1 back first. And that's what they want to do out there in Panther Nation right now. Is there any young diaper dandies we're going to see on the field in this game right now? They still playing with Barry Straits there. The running back room, Howard Street still the guy.
On that defense. I'm gonna go directly to the cornerback room of the Panthers because
I'm looking at offense right
That
now.
cornerback room is going to be tested, and we know the Dolphins. We would expect D'Eriq King to do nothing else but to have a better second year. This Dolphins organization has shown over the years that they put quarterbacks in good situations. So I mean, you got to respect D'Eriq King because as an organization, it was an organizational decision in the playoffs, but over the career of this owner's stay in Miami, they've shown to do good by their quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Even we go back to the dates of the Teddy Bridgewater, they put the QBs in good situations. Tonight's game particularly, I'm gonna look at the Panthers DB room.
They picked up Julian Flemings in this drive from Ohio State, man, 6'2". He was a high school sensation. I think I don't think he's gonna play at all for this team tonight, but I do think they had they're gonna he had a great preseason. He had a great camp. I think he's gonna find his way moving up the depth chart fast in this wide receiver room. The problem is he has to move up to at least the number 1 or number 2 for him to even really see any action because they don't really they don't go 3 wides a lot at all. So but I'm off while you looking at defense, I'm looking on offense, see if they got any diaper dandies debuts today that we're gonna see. Right now I don't see anything on the line.
Possibly, but it's nothing special really over there. Not really.
Man, they had my boy Jermaine Johnson. How did he play last year? Max, could you go check his stats out? I want to know what he did last year. Brian Burns up there in age right now. Jermaine Johnson, the fastest defensive lineman to come out. And look, the Eagles did exactly what the Panthers did last year. They went and got the fastest defensive lineman in the draft. Just look at the speed, 93, and he got 92 strength, dog. Eagles did that this year as well, so I love that. I want to see what these guys do. Spings was the number 1 pick of his first year. He was the number 1 overall pick for this team. They picked up Lee Tuck in the trade. When you look at it, I don't really see too much going on here as far as diaper dandies go. Although they got some good, they did spend some capital on rookies at the D tackle position. I know that was a
I think
position
we
they
go
was looking
straight to the
for.
cornerback, Marquise Wilson, bro. We know the Dolphins
They
gonna
picked him
pass
in the
the
first
ball.
round too,
Marquise,
didn't they?
yep, Marquise come right away, be that number 2, at least the number 2 cornerback on the team. So that means he's gonna get tested. If not the number 1, he got Chase Bailey at number 1, and I would think that Marquise Wilson comes right in as a number 2 cornerback on his team. So that's my diaper dandy. That would be my diaper dandy from the Panthers to watch because he'll see the field early and often.
Right.
He's gonna be putting some situations out there against this Dolphins passing game.
You got to deal with Waddle and them out there. Well, Keante Hampton from Jackson State is the number 2 middle linebacker in their system right now. So he's a guy that'll be in his debut for the first time. You're looking at a kid, 86 overall, 92 speed, 92 excel. He's going to unlock on ability. I think this was his second round pick. Yeah, so they went defense heavy in their draft as far as their first 2 picks.
This is his third round pick. 18.
Third round pick?
Wow.
Okay. What pick you got him? Third round what?
Pick. Third round, pick 18.
You know, it's good to see the HBCU guys on the field, man. And he's going to be in his debut. I think he got to have a big game. Obviously, Ben Strong is the man over here, but they just got deeper at the middle linebacker position and faster, so they could probably move BJ Gray out there. Yes, sir.
Picked up Micah Baskerville last year, who kind of got a bit of red shirt, got in some play, but his whole linebacker, he's revamped his linebacking core.
He got faster at the linebacker core too, bro. Because Micah Baskerville was supposed to come out actually this year. I left him in the draft and didn't bring him out. I brought him out a year early. But anyway, 93 speed, 92 excel. He got faster in that linebacker room right now, man. As you can see, Strong 88 speed, 95 excel, and then you're looking at Hampton with 92 speed, 92 excel. They definitely got faster there.
Yeah. We know them Dolphins not running the ball 30 times a game. That's why I say, person to really watch will be Marquise
Wilson with that 97 speed, 97 excel, bro.
State 6 foot.
And then look, man, 75 man, 75 zone, 75 press. You know, he's there. A couple more situations, he's there. Mario Goodrich is on his roster as well. From last year, Clemson, last year's draft class, Mario Goodrich. So, he should, I would hope to see him moved up a little bit more. Chase Belly is here. Obviously, he's the dog, the alpha male in that cornerback room.
First pick. This is a great first pick for the Panthers. This is a thing where you actually went and drafted something that you needed. I'm glad you ain't go ahead and go get another running back or something.
They got Jalen Phillips from Clemson as well. Brian Cook from last year. They got Brian Cook, the safety from Cincinnati from last year. Look at the speed, 96. They got faster, bro. This team is fast. Tyreek Smith from Georgia, 92 speed, 96. They got 3 really good safeties that I like over here, man. Jalen Phillips. He'll be a project. Let him work. He should be able to play now, though, but let him work with Kilroy as the starter still. And then you look at the strong safety position. Brian Cook from Cincinnati. He was a monster for Cincinnati. And then Joe Whitaker. He's here, good speed. But then Tyreek Smith from Georgia. 5'10", 198. But you can, develop this kid and let him go. That 64 man ain't going to cut it. In fact, take note, Max. That 64 man shouldn't be that at all. All right, so that's the Panthers and the Dolphins debut. We're still looking for debuts right now, man. We had a rookie quarterback that played his first game already, and he shit the bed. That was the 49ers and AR-15, Anthony Richardson, the 49ers first overall pick, first round pick, went out there and threw 6 interceptions. So as we look through, diaper dandies and positions. I'm at the quarterback position right now. We'll come back to some of these teams again as we go through the schedule and look at, some of these diaper dandies who's getting their first starts right now. We've already seen the Saints roster. I don't need to be, I went that way already, so we need to go here. Fields. You got Solari's back starting. They sat Malik Willis down. We still don't got a user here. He still ain't take his team back.
I was noting down the players and shit. I put Tua. We seen Tua deep balls of 57 too. I gotta
fix Tua. I gotta fix tag.
I put that in there. So Saints don't play a game. Just gotta fix his. I just noted it for you. I'm DMing them. So,
DJ Ugalele is the number 2 quarterback in the Broncos room right now. He ain't getting the start yet. He's the first round pick that ain't get the start yet. Stanton still over here. I'm just looking at quarterbacks right now. Bradshaw, obviously. Cardinals. Murray still there. Chargers. Chargers
Computer
would have
drafted
killed
him.
Glass is the new starter out there. Which is
Computer
we'll
drafted the
follow
Broncos
that.
2
Kill Glass.
quarterbacks.
Mark Robinson. Patrick Mahomes sitting down. Mark Robinson has the starting job for the Chiefs. Coach still dealing with Ritter. You got the Cowboys still dealing with Sidney Cake. You know, we've seen the Dolphins with King. Again? No. All right. So far as quarterbacks, there it go. Give me a matchup to look at, man. Before we get into this rookie talk again, give me a matchup to look at.
I think that's the matchup That's the best matchup that we're looking at, man. We want to see the Dolphins. It's 2 matchups in this game that we're gonna look at. We know the Panthers gonna run the ball, so we want to watch Panthers running backs versus Sewell, and then the linebacker core of the Dolphins. Then we know the Dolphins gonna pass the ball, and we got the Panthers have a highly touted rookie cornerback back there with some other rookie safeties. You know, they don't have Chin back there anymore as well. So, like, I mean, I think those are actually the marquee those are the players that are going to be tested. Those are diaper dandies that are definitely going to be tested early and often.
And so we got to match up with the Saints and the Lions, and we also know that the Saints is starting Emory Jones at quarterback, so they got a diaper dandy with his first start. We kind of talked about that to lead it off when it comes down to you know, them going to a new style. Kind of did what the Dolphins did last year. Sat a quarterback down that we didn't really expect to sit as early as he did. So they moved on from GETA styles, and they messed with him. But when you look at this matchup, Stockton versus the young rookie over there in New Orleans. When you look at the running back room, let's see what happens here. So Camden Man still starting with Jermaine Martin as the number 2, but John Emery, I think he'll get carries today in this ball game against the Saints at 6:30 today.
In the Saints game, they're going to bring a rookie quarterback out here and play him. And Emory Jones, I'm gonna have to go to the D line of the Lions. They often draft and pass rushers, dog linebackers. This year they went and got them on the top with a dog at D tackle. Fabian Lovett, 6'5", 320, 86 speed. Play anywhere on the D line. From Florida State.
Listen, Fabian Levette from Florida State, bro. Bottom line, FSU, stand the fuck up. I mean, he ain't in the starting lineup at this point right now, but I definitely think he'll play in this game for sure. They'll rotate through him, and eventually, when they come down to it, you'll see him on the field. Number 92 will play. Bottom line, first of all, you're dealing with a D tackle that's already in the league with outside edge rushing speed at 320 pounds, 86 speed, 86 XL, 88 agility. This kid can be a problem in the middle. Very much be a problem in the middle. So I don't know if he's not starting only because he's waiting for him to unlock or what, but I don't care who you got at D tackle.
He's unlocked, bro. He's
already unlocked.
I think he starts at defensive end at least. I think he goes up right.
They
where
can play him all
game.
over the defensive line, bro. Like, this is a really good pickup right here.
Didn't they trade a defensive end in Cannon?
Yeah, they Josh Cannon.
They traded Cannon.
Yep.
So they got Sanders on one side. You got Rashawn Farrell, who's actually getting along in the tooth. He's 28, and like, man, I think he comes right away and start this season.
I would start him at right end right now.
I'm starting him at the left end side, at least right or left. Yeah, the right end because he's big. Yeah, the right end, and then bring Sanders to the left side.
Yep.
But I think he starts right away.
They already got him as the backup there, so you could tell he's thinking about it. And look, at D tackle he's an 88 overall. At defense end he's an 89. So obviously he sees something going on right there, right? I like it. J.R. Nixon, the number 1 pick a few years ago, is still sitting here at linebacker. Let's look at the linebacker room a little bit. Poindexter, Spillman, they still there right now. Outside linebackers, you got Shane Lee from last year, dog. So they are at the linebacker level. What they do? Come on, baby. Sauce Garner, man. He got to move. See, here we go. Now this doesn't really matter, even though he still got to move him. This doesn't matter. Him being the 5th corner doesn't going to put him on the field at all. But still, I mean, Wagner
in this
is really
situation,
there. He picked up Marquise Bell, bro. 6'3", Florida A&M, 205. He missed the hit. They call him hit stick. This guy got 95 hit power. He's going to find the field somehow, some way. They play their safeties. They got 3 good ones though. Brahim Wagner. They got Israel Mukamumun. And they got Marquise Bell sitting there as 3 safeties. Look at the strong safeties, Randall Webb and Israel over here. So I do think the HBCU kid will get some play today. And you know, they could probably play him at strong safety or free. But if he catch one of these receivers or these running backs out that backfield, he hitting like a linebacker. So,
Bro, I
yes,
told you I
sir.
missed move last year, bro. 76 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 8 interceptions, and 8 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles. While people running from some of these vets, look, he bought a veteran and it took him to and helped his team go to the playoffs, man.
Sure. Another one of them situations where they got a corner at safety that got to get moved. We'll make sure you note that. Orlando Jordan, though, is a monster at strong safety, bro. We know a lot about this guy. As you continue to look at any diaper dandies that's going to play today for this team over here, they are at safety. They got Emmanuel Forbes, though, at cornerback from Mississippi State, 6'1", 171. He's fifth corner on a depth chart right now. So probably not going to see him play too much, but he does got good speed. He got to get better as a man cover in his zone. He got to get better there. And so he's a development project waiting right now. What else? Anything else we see over here? Black. You got Lloyd from last year.
The other cornerback, but it's not really. I mean, just for me personally, not to overshadow, but when you go get 2 quarterbacks in the draft, and you instantly talking about starting a rookie quarterback, like it kind of stops there. It stops there with me.
Yeah. Like no matter what he got going on over there, we got 2 Biggie Smalls in the league now. We got a Biggie Smalls at left end and a Biggie Smalls at receiver out this bitch. Right tackles, any diaper dandies. Nah. All right, you right, bro. It stops right here with the quarterback play. Let me ask you this: do you think Emery plays the whole game, or do you think we'll see some Tua?
Man,
Baby Tag might get in the game.
I think Tag will get in the game. Like, I'm wondering if he got deterred. I mean, just starting Emory Jones, there's no telling. There's no telling who you can see in the game. He said he's gonna start Emory Jones from the get-go. Is he gonna sit and go through the growing pains and sheesh, it's a tough call over here, man. Had you heard from this coach, this organization at all?
I heard last night. I mean, he spoke last night and said that he's moving on from that quarterback because the speed of the defense when he rolling out, he need a guy that can get out there.
Okay.
So he looking for speed, and both those quarterbacks he drafted have the speed. So with Talela, with Baby, we're gonna call him Tag 2. 87 speed, 92 excel. He's +2 over this kid in both categories, speed and excel. So I like it. I need another matchup though that we're gonna see tonight, man. Who else played tonight that haven't played yet?
Who else plays? I just seen. Do the Bears and Packers play? I just seen them reach out. I think I seen somebody reach out. Man, I don't know. We ain't waiting for no 9 o'clock setup game. So y'all better set that game up early. We wait for 9 o'clock and y'all don't ever play that. So y'all better get that figured out. Man, we'll go look at the rookies just for shits and giggles over there on their teams. But 9 out of 10 times this game often don't get played. But
90%.
I just seen D-West reach out to him, so I at least give him that much. It looked like D-West just reached out to him, and it's about the time that old boy should be coming home. So maybe they do get it together. I'm looking on the Bears now just to see their diaper dandies. It'll be interesting to see the Bears, period. We know they had a diaper dandy room at the receiver position last year, so it's about time for them to. Damn, then he got Dante Doomis this year. Sheesh. He put more weapons on. I gotta go to the Bears, bro. Like
the Browns and the Chargers shot it out last night, 55-52. 3-point game. Them boys put points up last night. They was out there striking.
How do they do with the quarterback change?
We gotta take a look at that, huh?
Definitely do, right?
Let's go see some of these games in their debuts. See what happened over there in these games, man, that was already played. You look at
anybody that's watching, man, do me a favor. If you had a rookie diaper dandy, I don't want to skip over nobody, but sometimes we be looking through stuff and can miss things because we human. If you had a diaper dandy, a rookie that balled out last night or showed some promise, they don't gotta have great stats, but just showed some promise. Tap his name in so I can just help us move a little faster. Either DM me or just tap it in on the channel. You ready to look at this Browns and
Hitter started Doolittle last night. All right, so Browns Chargers 55-52. Let's see. No defense was played in this game. 606 yards, 609 yards. Right to the player stats, man. They were shooting it out. Both their quarterbacks 108.9, 106.9. Glass had a solid right QB rating, but he threw 4 interceptions. But Brayton threw 5 of them things. So he threw 6 touchdowns, 5 picks. Glass in his first start threw 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions himself. He was only sacked once, but Braden Stanton hit the turf a lot, 6 times in that game. Completion percentage wise, let's look at it. One was 65% and Stanton was 63%, and they killed Glass.
Say that one more time. Both these teams had over 600 yards of offense.
Yes, sir.
606 to 609.
Yes, sir. They was flinging that thing around, boy. They was not playing. They was flinging that thing. Like early and often flinging that thing.
They was battling. They both threw some interceptions, but they was battling over here, man. They was, and this was a passing game. Wasn't no like that. We know what happens. Game one, them first couple of games, people really want to come out and see some of them weapons, man. Did we have? Was it really any diaper dandies over here that was really just cutting up at all? Not too much on offense.
What other day? I'm looking at. Let's look at the schedule. Let's start Falcons Bucks. We talked about already. Bills Chiefs game. You know, you got the young quarterback starting over Patrick Mahomes in that game. We talked about that game. Cardinals, Rams, Patriots, Raiders, Broncos, Cowboys. Oh my God, that's a big game too. Right from the gate, man. Right from the gate. And Texans, Ravens. Big game from the gate too, man. So some of these guys in their debut
could be an interesting game, bro. He got one of the dog receivers in Dumas, I believe, the Bears. And remember last year he drafted a lot of weapons for Fields over there in Chicago.
All right, I'm going to right back to the depth chart for the Packers and I mean, hopefully they play that game. I don't like wasting my time talking about teams that probably won't even end up playing anyway, but we'll start there. Let's start with the Bears. All right, so Fields again, you know, Fields is in the building. You know, you got weapons. Walter Payton Jr. has been playing really well for this team. You look at the receiver room, let's see what they're looking at. You know, Anthony Harburn, Jalen Ford. They still got Justin Ross, who played really well. I'm waiting to see Drake London have his debut. They picked up Dante Dumas Jr., number 2 receiver in the draft, actually. Oh my God! So they got weapons. They not playing. They already had all. They tore the offensive line up this draft too. They picked up Leonard Teller from Cincinnati. Look at this pickup at tight end. I think he's going to end up taking a starting job from Andy Perry with that speed, 91 speed, 92 excel, 94 special catch. So they got them a dog at tight end too. They just continue to just put weapons around Justin Fields, which is smart. They also tore up the offensive line as well. So I would look. It comes down. We know what the Packers can do. We know what the Bears can do. It really comes down to the Packers right now. I don't know if they even adjusted their roster yet, but it starts with that pick they got.
Adjust your roster, man. Get these 60s. There ain't no reason you have these 60s on your team. You know, you can change your offensive lineman, fix your left guard. It's kind of hard to go through and talk about it. We don't want to show these type players on this team. Like, please manage your roster, D. West.
Calvin Austin, the third, the speedster, gets the number 2 slot at the receiver room. They still got Thing Woon as the number 1 guy, Treylon Burks. But look, Jackson Smith and Nigba is the number 4 receiver on this depth chart right here. So I don't know how much we'll see of him, how much activity we'll get out of this kid. But he was the number 6 pick overall. He should play tonight, should play in the game though, but I don't think they're relying on him to be that guy yet. They see what happens as they work through their first 3. The two rookies from last year are the number 2 and 3 receivers on this team right now. So I think they made that commitment with Thing Woon at number 1. So cool. We want to see some things happen over there with this Packer team, and to me it starts with right here, Bake Sanders, man. This is the season that's going to determine is he a bust or is he a boom? You know what I mean? Like, we got some running backs in this league. We talked about it last night that this season is
like
big
their
for
bust or boom season for some running backs, for some players in the league, and directly, especially a couple of running backs.
Yes, sure.
Bake Sanders is definitely on that top 3 list. That list of bust or boom season. But you actually have a matchup tonight of some of the two of the top wide receivers in this draft class. Like, hit the field. This game got to get played, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely do. I agree. All right, now let's get back. We stopped at running backs last night when we talked about the rookies and the draft recaps. Right now we're going to get into the wide receiver room, and talk about some of these receivers and where they went, man. And you know, we're going to don't be mad if we tell you did some bullshit by picking that guy and all that. So pay attention, man. Some of you guys just draft to be drafting. Some of you guys have a purpose on why you drafting. We're definitely gonna see what's going on in this receiver room right now. All right.
Oh my God.
Parker Washington goes to Texas. I think this was a cleanup pick. This is a good slot receiver, really good slot receiver actually.
Chris Rock not pressing charges.
Yeah, nah, he not. He said that. Yeah, he said that last night. He wasn't going to. I like that he didn't. He should have smacked his ass the fuck back though. I know that.
Yeah, but you know, Parker Washington. Man, he, like we say,
Penn State slot receiver. That's what he is. I don't know if he's going to play for the Texans early at all. I think he's going to be as the season goes on, because I think they gotta figure out who their top four receivers are right over there. I mean, they got one of the fastest receivers ever to come out of our draft sitting on that roster with some tall tower tree guys over there too. They're gonna have a great matchup tonight against the Baltimore Ravens. DBU versus some of these, you know, fucking special ass receivers. What we got going on? Emergency services, snow quill warning, and not out here. Hell no. All right.
National Weather Service.
Shut the fuck up.
Until 4:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Slow down or delay travel. Be ready for a sudden drop to near zero visibility and icy roads and heavy snow.
Which one of y'all goofy bitches talking? Damn. All right. Hey, we talked about Dante Dumas Jr. with the number 2 receiver on the board. Come on, man, with this bullshit. Knock it off. There we go. All right. What about Warren Newman, man? The Jackson State speed burner, man. Like, this is absolutely, if somebody's built like Tyreek Hill, here you go. 98 speed, 98 excel. Man, he's a speed burner, and that offense that like to play vertical game, they like to throw that thing down the field. The Bills get another weapon at receiver with tremendous speed in that offense where they wide open and they throw that thing up and down the field. I like that, you know. It's scary that he went there.
I was going to say, you almost want to kill him a little bit because he's kind of starting to get repetitive a little bit, but same token, we know it's a system where he's going to get the best out of this player. Like, he's going to rotate next man up, and
this ain't a graveyard spot, but you're right.
Sling the ball.
You're right. They've been attacking that receiver position every year in the draft. But I think this. I mean, if you go to the Bills roster,
you want to kill him, but you can't really kill him for it because you know he's going to use them. You can't. Like,
they got 2 speed demons back-to-back drafts, man, and then you got Poole down here, who's been one of the better receivers in the league. So they're transitioning right now, man.
You still got danger over there at the backfield. This guy, like, and he's bucking the trend, like where everybody else is trying to go big boy this, big boy that. Like, he's going small. He plays small ball, and he continuously tends to hit on a lot of these small, speedy, fast players. Period. In general, the other teams tend to shy away from.
Man, the Bills tell you one thing when they go on free agency and draft, they looking for speed and speed only. Simple as that. Jaden Hazelwood, man, you know, he started his career off at Oklahoma, ended up at Arkansas, and he's now an Atlanta Falcon. How do you feel about this? Let's look at the Falcons receiving room. All right, so they drafted Hazelwood. They drafted Justin Shorter. They already had Mario Timmons. They got a 6'5", 220-pound Brandon Cates. Roderick Smith at 6'4". Keon Brooks at 6'5". And they picked up Andy Isabella.
I mean, I can't kill him for making those picks just because they was drafted in the 4th and 6th rounds. Just at some point, sometimes I would like to see, instead of going wide receiver, like, why not go offensive line? Or, to be honest, like, in these drafts, you can still get top offensive linemen in 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds, to be honest. Like, I guess you need to bring some youth over here. I don't know why Andy Isabella's over here, and is he even going to stay on yes, he kind of is going to stay on trait, so I guess that's a good one. I mean, free agent signing, but you know, he got some that's getting old in the tooth. I guess you need to bring some youth in here, but
Yeah,
I still would
you
like to
bring
see
in
him in
that
the draft.
quarterback. You got to bring in some weapons that's going to be there
Yeah,
with him. So I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad
I
at
ain't
it.
mad
Let's
at
just
it.
we just going to see if he's going to be. He wants bigger receivers. He wants those guys that's tall guys, man. And you're dealing with a guy that's 6'4", bro. Like, possession catching is the game they like to play out there. You know what I'm saying? They like to throw it in them holes and and angle throw, like throw that thing in the spot where he can go get it and make plays like that. So we'll see. But guess what? Listen, bro. C.J. Stroud wants some weapons he can grow with, and you bring in Hazelwood and you give him a weapon that you can grow with. It's not like he's a slow guy at 6'4", 94 speed, 93 excel, 95 special catch. You can get some work done with him. Not mad at this pick, bro. You get a quarterback, you bring in some weapons for him. Can't be mad at that. Although, like you said yesterday, we want to talk about him and say, attack the offensive line, get your interior better. But cool. All right, Keyshawn Boutte. Oh my God, LSU,
Man,
one of the better receivers in the draft. Eagles sitting at 7. They wanted the Packers, the receiver that the Packers got at 6. They full circle right back around in the second round and got this kid right here, Keyshawn Boutte. Look, bro, when Dorian Parker's getting up there in age, they needed, they lost Smith. They got better at in the receiving room because this kid comes in and to me, you're gonna start him day one. It's not like he's not
he
gonna sit
might
around
come
and
in and
wait
be
for
he
anything.
might be coming and be he's coming in to be the number one receiver over here.
Yeah,
Before the season's out, I expect him to be the number one receiver. I think this is a complete win.
that's a hell of a pickup.
This back initiates a teams going back to trying to jump for this and pick that in the fourth. His guy was not there, and I think he came out better for that because the ceiling could be higher for a receiver like a Keyshawn Boutte, and then with you getting that defensive end that you got in the first round, like overall from the team building prospect, overall like this is great. This is why I call him this like the coach from last year. His player wasn't there. He circled back around, got his head in the game, and man, I think this is a great pick. In the second round, then he come out on X Factor, possibly the top wide receiver in the draft, arguably.
Arguably,
So
I already talked about
um,
B-Miss. Marvin Mims goes to the Patriots where they got rid of Andy Isabella. Remember, they traded for Andy Isabella last year, used him really well last year, let him go on free agency, and they needed to get another slot receiver in a system that they really run the ball, but they're starting to pass the ball a lot more. And within that passing, I think picking up a Marvin Mims, I'm not mad at this pick. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, 85 overall right now with 95 speed, 95 excel. It's still dealing with a monster. He'll be a star player. I don't know if they'll better work him into an ability, but this ain't a bad slot receiver
still a
for
great pick for him.
for the Patriots.
Fourth or fifth round pick period. It's one of the things where, like we say, you don't have to always shoot for the stars. Go grab them wide receivers early. Fill your team out. This round 4, pick 26. He can come in and be. He can come in arguably right away, fight for the starting slot as a slot receiver and catch some reps, special teams maybe as well. Like I mean, I think it's a great pick for him.
All right, we talked about Parker Washington. The verdict is still out. Seeing what the Texans going to do with him. The next guy on this list is Jordan Addison. Now you see him in the Raven uniform, but you didn't see him go in the first round to the Ravens. He went to the Chargers at like pick 19 or something like that. That was. This was a trade. This was the Ravens going to go get the guy they wanted to draft in the third round. To be honest with you, they felt like he dropped to a fourth round talent for whatever reason. Something happened during the interviews and combine where he went from a first round grade to a fourth round grade with the red on him. But this is the type of player Ravens would love to get later on in the third round, shit like that. We were aiming for third round with this kid, or possibly with in the second round, depending. And we wasn't able to get him because the Chargers got him, and because the computer picked him, he wasn't interested in this guy. He didn't need that position whatsoever. So we went and traded him what he needed to better get to this kid right here. Now, what you're getting right now is you're getting a guy that's a polished receiver, wide receiver that can run routes, get open in the deep ball, but he is so skilled. I deemed him the Peter Worker this draft, man. That shifty guy with the ball in his hand can make shit happen. That Jalen Waddle type receiver that, you know, they do special things with the ball in their hand. Look, I mean, bottom line, 98 agility, 98 change of direction, 98 special catch. He's a monster. The problem is, does he get on the field? And how fast does he get on the field with George Pickens over there as the 4 receiver right now?
Yeah, man. We see the Ravens do this every year, man. They just, you know, different owners move. There's different ways to move around and build your teams and this, that, and the fourth. And the Ravens don't always do it before drafts and stuff, but once they see a player when they target a player, like after drafts, they often make offers you can't refuse to teams. And like this is another way they win. Like developmental player that's good, and he's a dog. Like doesn't
Listen,
touch the field this year.
what's his true? He's an 87 on our roster. He's a true 86 overall, so that
True
makes him one
86
of the top
overall,
receivers
bro.
in this draft. Period. Um, They did a really good job with Jamison Williams last year. I think we're gonna see the same type of. I think you'll see a lot more George Pickens, and you're gonna see some Jordan Addison this year. At the end of the day, they committed to a new quarterback, and in that quarterback, they want to get the weapons around him and keep weapons around him. They feel like they already got the protection. They want the weapons around him big time, and this kid could be special for him. You know, how much will he work to get on the field? And you know, he could go for a guy that we're looking at as our fourth or fifth receiver at this point right now, and end up being the first or the second or even third. I think he has the talent to do so. We just got to see it, you know, play itself out right now. So I like it. I like this pick because it gives them another weapon, man. They got some weapons over there, especially with that tight end and now him over there too. But I do think George Pickens, you know, he pretty much redshirted last year, so it'll be more about Pickens. Addison will probably take that same course that Pickens took, where he'll play some, but he won't be really needed into the next season. How about this? Joseph Nagata, 6'3", 220, goes to the Colts.
One thing we've been seeing the Colts do lately is develop a wide receiver, or two, man. Round 3, pick 22. I think this is a great pickup. Some of his wide receivers, his big dog is 27. You got some of them in their prime. Maybe Greg get on the downside of their prime. He doesn't do too much with Taj Davis. Got a few receivers over here in the receiving room, but I think after he cleaned his roster up a little bit and stuff here. Oh, some of these guys don't play. He been trying to trade him for a couple of seasons, but
I don't think
bad.
Joseph Nagata gets on the field too much this year. I mean, he got the 87 green arrow up, so he's the 86 as well, deep threat 82.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets on the field this year because I don't think he's going to respect that 92 speed, 92 excel when he got guys flying over there already at receiver.
Bowman and Samuel.
Yeah, so I think you know he'll be a redshirt
Kevin
receiver.
Austin from last year. I mean,
He might not even be on his roster before it's all said and
he'll
done.
be his fourth. He'll be his fourth wide receiver. You got
Think so?
Bowman as 1. You got Samuels as 2. So who's number 3? Kevin Austin. And then Nada actually would have to be number 4. He's been trying to take Dennis Elliott, I believe. I've seen Taj Davis on the block for a couple of seasons. Like he should be the 4th wide receiver over here, I believe.
Nah, every 18.
I can see it. I still think red shirt year. All right, Boo McCoy
Red shirt.
comes over here. This is one of my favorite players. I usually always play with this guy in real draft. The Bucks got him, 2nd round pick 32. 6'3", 203 from out of USC. If you know anything about high school football modern day, he was one of the top receivers and outside linebackers during his years in high school and modern day. He's a monster. He started off at Texas, then transferred to USC, dealt with injuries last year, or you'd have been talking about him like they talked about Drake London. He's that good. What I will say, though, is this is a good situation for the Bucks because, you know, the Bucks are getting long in the tooth at the receiver position. Darden and Henry Ruggs are getting up there in age. It's time for a transition. It's time to bring that next wave of guys in. They did a pretty good job with with Henry Ruggs. I think they get a better Henry Ruggs at 93 speed. I mean 97 speed, 97 XL at 6'3". So that's a game changer in my opinion, depending on how they use it. Now the question is the Bucks going to plug and play him right now, or are they going to ride the wheels off and fuck out of Henry Ruggs and those guys?
Henry Ruggs.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a question. What are you going to do with him? You going to redshirt him?
Man, we know what he do. He gonna he more than likely he'll redshirt him. He'll get some spot duty. But this is a great person to like when injuries are on. This is still a great pick, man. And like we've seen Ruggs and some of them guys get hurt. So I think the Bucks owner kind of learned the hard way a little bit about development of players. Even though he fought through it and won the Super Bowl last year, I think we'll see some things be a little bit different with the Bucks.
Yeah, I think he should play him. Me personally, I think he should play him now. You know what happens is you come off of a Super Bowl win, man. You can't, start now. You won one, so I'm not saying don't try to win another one. You won one. You can kind of get these type of guys on the field this year and start the process
right away.
over.
But then again, like we heard last night, man, I wouldn't be surprised if he does start out the first 5 games of the season right away.
Right away. Oh my God. All right, so Trey Palmer, man, this was an LSU punt returner, kick returner with great speed out there at LSU when they had, all those receivers that Joe Burrow was throwing to, and the GETA group. He was one of those kids with the 33 on. He transferred to Nebraska. You're looking at a guy at 6'3", 219 pounds, 95 speed, 95 XL. I like it. The Steelers drafted a receiver the year before, last year too, as well, Alec Pierce. Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am.
Man, look, man. You Steelers, I kind of want to kill you in your roster over here. First of all, bro.
Why? Please tell me why.
First of all, I think some of you guys is not even managing your rosters. Like, I'm gonna start killing y'all, man.
I know, but we got managers.
We're not gonna talk about you. Like, you go sign Tutu Atwell from the free agency, but I go look on your practice squad. I mean, come on, you got Puka Naku. BYU 96, 6'2" on your practice squad. Another wide receiver.
So you don't even need Tutu Atwell unless you're worrying about the ability.
You need Tutu, bro. Like I don't really understand it. Like, you know what I mean? You got some players on your practice squad that you should actually have here on your roster.
Sandwich.
That you should have it here on your roster, bro. Like go make you a trade, pick you up another safety. You only have 2 safeties. So you need some backup safeties over here. No matter if you got to pick them out of free agency or go trade your player, get you some safety so you're not playing cornerback and safety for one. And I know we talking about wide receivers, but I'm just going through your roster as a whole right quick.
Snake, not to cut you off.
You got to fix.
But Tutu did not do anything in Los Angeles with the Rams.
In 3 seasons, 2-3
He's 29 years old. He has an X factor ability. He has the speed. Could it work here though?
Man, Tutu ain't done nothing in 1, 2, 3, 4. He ain't had over 500 yards in how many seasons? And he's 29. It doesn't need to work here, bro. Like,
now here's my guy, Dwight Coney, but he's 27 years old. McDuffie's 27 years old. I'm not mad. Look, Artie Rice. Oh my God, you got Artie Rice, Alec Pierce, Trey Palmer, and then me personally, I would say I would go on that practice squad and sign that kid off the practice squad, and start to look and see if guys that that's close to the playoffs and need a receiver that's already built at 27 years old. Trade these guys. Get rid of now Dwight Coney, my guy, man. He played at same high school I played. There's no way. But I don't fuck with Dwight over here because he play every time I play him, he got a donut on. So I don't fuck with him at all. But D McDuffie, if I'm the Steelers, I'm trading Dwight Coney, D McDuffie. I'll keep Tutu here to help develop those younger guys. And still use him as a punt returner, kick returner.
But I mean, just on your roster as a whole, I know we're going through wide receivers. You got 30-year-old Marco Wilson with no abilities. Why do you have Marco Wilson on your roster and you got a rookie cornerback on your practice squad? Go trade some of these players. Go get you another safety so you don't have no cornerbacks at safety, and clean your roster up, fix your roster up. Maybe we know it's week 1. I ain't gonna go all the way in and kill you too bad right now, because maybe you just ain't had a chance to set everything up. We drafted yesterday and it came to be a late draft. I believe you made the draft. Good work now. But you just got to clean this roster up. So when we come back to your team, we can, you know what I mean? When we get to the defensive side of the ball, we can talk about your team as a whole. But it's just some things you got to fix over here, man.
Listen, Trey Palmer 6'3", Alec Pierce 6'2",
Mm-mm.
Artie Rice 6'5". Look, Sam McDuffie 6'4", Dwight Coney 6'3", and then 2'2", the little guy. But look, again, I'm trading
And
these guys. I'm
Puka,
putting them on the
6'2".
block.
Puka Nakua, 6'2".
6'2".
96,
I would get
96.
him off. I would get him off practice squad right the fuck now, and make sure he's on his roster right now. And what I would do is I would try to find homes for Dean McDuffie, Dwight Coney, and I would keep 2-2 just for helping the other guys develop. And I would get these guys out of here and get them in homes right now, where it's somebody right now that can use these type of receivers. It's not like they're. Are you looking at Dwight Coney and Dean McDuffie
Man,
at 27 years old? These guys go win ball games for you right now.
I'm gonna give you another hint right now, Steelers. Like, you got some dogs over here. While you got these first 2 or 3 weeks to change your abilities, go fix your offensive line. You got 4 right tackles, but like you're not superstarred out all the way across your offensive line, my guy. You know, just you got to make some moves over here. Like, that's all, man. I love the Trey Palmer. He's a dog.
Hmm.
6'3", 95, 95. And when you got Tutu in here. You could have needed that veteran presence. You also got Dwight Coney, Mr. Donut Man, and McDuffie 6'4". But you got a nice room over here, receiving core over here. And these 2 rookies you brought in can do some damage too.
If I'm the Steelers, I'm taking those 2 receivers and Dwight Coney and McDuffie, and I'm getting, later draft picks to be able to, continue to build this team as a whole. I would take those 2 receivers, trade them to some teams that, that need those type of receivers right now, like that can use them right now. Like, it's some teams in this league that if they got those 2 receivers or one of those receivers changes how how you got to play them right now, right? In my opinion, so they got to do something and they got to make a move fast. Frank Addison Jr. from Clemson, 6'3", 205, 93, 93. He goes to the Chiefs. I'm not mad at this pick either.
No, not at all, man. They didn't have a super deep receiving room, and
They got your boy Garrett Wilson
6'3",
last year, the number 1 receiver in
93.
our draft last year, Garrett
Right.
Wilson. They go get Frank Addison. Now they got the height guy, the 6'3" guy that can play outside at the 1 or the 2 with Gary Wilson getting moved all around doing some things over there. I like it.
And you still got Nick Candy at
Yes,
6'4",
sir.
over there is 27. But you bringing them guys, develop them.
Hmm. Not mad at it. All right, Jake Smith, sleeper. You transferred from the University of Texas. He's been a famous RDL player too because of his speed. He ended up going to USC, 95 speed, 95 excel. Now listen, we never got to see John Mechie III actually play too much for the Lions because he came into the draft with an ACL tear. So he pretty much redshirted year 1. I think we're going to see a lot more of him. And I think this kid will crack some of the not a starting job, but he will crack slot play and get in games, man. And I think eventually what you're going to see is a Jake Smith that cracks that starting lineup as a top 3 receiver on this team.
Yeah, I think this is a great pick by the Lions. End of the 3rd round, like pick 24, I believe.
Hmm.
And with some players like Hollywood Brown getting up, being 30,
Exactly.
Deion Jones 28, even Mr. Carl May at 26. You start to bring, you bring some players in and start to develop and get them in the system and get them going. So when it's time for them, you can already have your number 1 and 2 receiver already on your roster and already developed when it's time to totally move on from these guys.
Yes, sir.
It's a great pick.
Listen, we had a speed demon out of the University of North Carolina goes into a passing system of the Arizona Cardinals and Josh Downs. Dog, superstar, 87 overall. As you can see, the green arrows up. That means about 86, 96 speed, 95 excel. I mean, you're looking at 95 special catches. Kid route running is great. He got high IQ at route running, from catching the ball, catching the traffic to route running itself, especially his deep ball route running. He's really, really polished. Here's the funny thing. The Cardinals been trying to trade him since last night. I don't think they get rid of him. I think they keep him. They got fucked back who had a great year last year. Larry Fitzgerald they trying to, do something with because you look at Sheldon Warwick, I think the Cardinals want to go big receivers. I think they want to start getting some taller receivers in the building. Those guys that are Sheldon Warwick height or above. Because I don't understand why you would want to trade him. Because he can come in and play for you right now.
He could. He maybe feels he's kind of like the same kind of receiver as the F. Bach. he kind of like the same build as some of the receivers on his roster. Maybe he just
This is the Andy. This is the
Cardinals
new
just like
Andy
toys,
Isabella or
man.
the new Rondell Moore. Which one would you say he played more like? I think Rondell Moore
Cards
had
like
more
toys.
shiftiness. I would say Isabella.
Yeah.
Rondell Moore had the wiggles and things like that. I think this kid, I mean, 94 change of direction. I mean, 96 agility. There, but this kid he catch the ball and his speed shows up soon as he got the ball in his hand. I don't know. I think the Cardinals, before it's all said and done, they're gonna change their mind about trying to get rid of him in the trade. I think they're gonna find out that he's gonna be one of their better weapons this year.
Yeah, I mean, if this is getting close to the farewell tour for Kyler Murray, what better way to do it, than bringing more weapons, bro. 96, 95, you can't teach speed. Speed kills. Man.
Mekhi Pittman, Oregon transfer. I mean, his brother used to play for the Colts. I don't know where he at in the league right now for us, but Pittman, he went from Oregon to Florida State. This kid, he dealt with an injury, but the hype around him slowed down a lot. I don't know if the Giants just picked him up to be picking him up as, I got a free pick here or a luxury pick. Let's just grab a guy. I think they was expecting a little bit more out of this guy. I don't see him. I think he's a flat out red shirt. And to be honest with you, I don't think. Yeah, all right, I don't even think he's touching the field. 2. Oh shit! All right, I'll just eat one.
Round 6, pick 30. You can't be mad with this. A late pick.
That's what I meant. Like, you ain't gonna really see him play, but he ain't gonna play. They got a loaded receiver room right now, so I can't
bring them guys in and just see if they happen to develop or show anything on the why they practicing or whatever.
Will Smith. She talking about Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. Mom, Aunt Gail talking about Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Yup.
So he did slap him?
Slap the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Stand up for your wife.
Yeah, but he ain't supposed to do that shit. They set black people back 10 years. Ha ha. Look at my mom. Like, fuck it, I'd have slapped the shit out of him too. Stand out for you. They killing Will Smith on
look, Jada felt the same way. First thing she said, hell yeah, take the shit out of your wife. What we say? Oh, I know Jada, I know Real was real happy on the way home.
Yeah.
They went home together that night.
she gave him head on the ride home.
Oh my God. All the way home.
He said, rub my bald head, the same bald head he was talking about. He slapped the shit out of him. So keep my motherfucking wife name out your motherfucking mouth.
Man.
Really though, do you think he went overboard? Honestly, let's be real.
Man, like we say, it's a lot to it, man. Like, I think her issue is out there a little bit in public, so like you got to know to stay away from some stuff. Same token,
but you see how they try to make sense of it.
Front row seat.
Oh,
you that close in the front row seat, you a victim. You could be caught.
Right. But look, you see how they try to make sense of it. Oh, he played Venus and Serena's dad. That's how he was. He was still in character. No, he wasn't, nigga. He just slapped the shit out that nigga.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he was in character. No, the fuck he wasn't. Don't do that. He wasn't in no fucking character. He just flat out. You got to think about it. Chris Rock had words already when it came out of his wife talking shit and all that shit. So, he already was on his type time. As soon as that nigga opened his mouth, he like, yep. He walked up on the Oscar stage, slapped the shit out of him, and accepted his award.
I tell you some why. If you look at it when he's walking away,
he laughing.
He kind of grinning at him.
Yeah, laughing.
What I mean? Like I don't like but
he probably like I probably ain't gonna catch this nigga nowhere else. He slapped the shit out of him. Oh my God.
I mean, you gotta respect.
Look, Chris Rock ain't no pussy for not doing nothing back though either. Chris Rock ain't no pussy for not doing nothing back either, bro.
He's professional. I mean, he offended.
And not pressing charges on that shit was veteran. I love that. But I will say this: if I'm Chris Rock, next time I see that nigga in any other settings, he getting it. I don't think Chris really wanted with him.
They might have to have a versus. A box. Hey, he don't want him with Muhammad Ali. Hey, look, he don't want to see Will Smith really get a character. He getting that Muhammad Ali character. Hey, look, you got to take some type of boxing classes for that. So he probably knock his ass out. Like,
same token, that was kind of a weak ass slap. Like he kind of cocked back and hit him like, man, I'm dropping you if I catch you like that, bro.
You slapped the shit. Bro, you gotta think about this. You got slapped on TV in front of millions. Live TV at the Oscars, you got the shit slapped out of you.
That hurt you more than anything.
Man, he wouldn't even, bro, listen, he wouldn't even have been able to get that close to slap me. I'd have seen him walking up on stage like that. Wait, did he accept the award from me before he slapped him? Like, how, like,
somebody else presented the award afterwards.
Oh.
He was just running his mouth.
He went up there and slapped the shit out of him.
You're not walking right up to me like that.
Yeah, nah, not at all. Not at all. Chris Rock, though, that's the motherfucker. Can I get just one rib? That's Pookie, bro. Pookie off a New Jack. Oh, my God. He slapped the shit out of Pookie off a New Jack. I tell you one thing, Max should get slapped the fuck in the mouth, too, for drafting a Mekhi Pittman. I don't give a fuck what round he drafted him. Keelan Stokes, 5'9", 199 pounds, 95 speed, 95 excel, went to the Bucks. He won't play it down. Joshua Lanier, Jackson State, 95-95. Now, he'll play if the Saints decide they feel like just throwing him the ball all year and making him that guy. Other than that, Jacob Copeland, another receiver, goes to the Browns. I think the Browns will redshirt him like they usually do. Rams picked up 6'4", 195-pound Xavier Henderson, 92 speed, 92 excel. He got really good special catch. I would think they would want to play him, especially with Terrell Owens Jr. at tight end right now. Jonathan Mingo, 92 speed, 92 excel, 6'3", 225. You wanted a big body receiver, right? 95 special catch. I think red zone threat for anything. Blocker as a receiver out there, which is for your run game and all that. But you got other dogs that we ain't even run across yet that's sitting over there. Now, I do like Jermaine Burton. Jermaine Burton, 40 time is faster than that 92, 93, so he'll go up. But again, the Giants got a crowded wide receiver room over here. Do you see any type of play from the Georgia transferred to Alabama and Jermaine Burton following Jameson Williams' footsteps? Do you see him playing for the Giants this year?
He's on development. If that goes up a little bit, he's maybe special teams. He won't do a whole lot. They just got let go of a wide receiver because they already had a crowded receiving room and they had a wide receiver step up in Velus Jones. So it's almost be like a red shirt year for him, man.
Now trade talks is being talked about. The receiver Smith over there is looking to they in talks with a couple of teams right now on him out the building. So I think they're making room for some of these diaper dandies and some of these young players.
Right, that is a possibility. I just seen somebody ask how many wide receivers on the block. Man.
All right, so Bo said the Will Smith and him been fooling for 2 years. That's why I said that shit was more than just what happened last night. That was that. This nigga right here on stage, he said one thing about my wife, I got my opportunity to do it. Yeah, gotcha, baby love. He slapped the shit out of him. But see, I thought it was an act, a play because the slap didn't look as hard as it. Like kind of like I don't know if the video footage made it like that, but he walked off laughing, like smiling a little bit. So I don't know if that was like
a smirk on his face. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but you know, if it was an act, it would have already came out already. They would have been like, yeah, no, it was just playing around, it's part of the show. He was in character like Serena Williams' dad or something or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I don't know how these motherfuckers try to make sense of that. You know, he just got finished doing that show. He just got the Oscar for. The movie got the Oscar for. He was acting like Serena Williams' dad. It's hard to come out of character. No, it's not. That's a cop out. That's some shit.
Yeah, I mean, like
that's some shit.
Before I would go there,
it ain't a nigga in the world falling for that. Like, yeah, bro. Yeah. He was motherfucking Serena Williams' dad still, bro.
Before we go there, I could say that him and Jada was going through stuff, and sometimes as men, you know, you for your lady, sometimes you go a little extra in some areas, just like it can happen. You're not intentionally, right. But it happens. I could say he was out of character himself for a minute, and it had nothing to do with no damn Serena.
Shannon Sharp said, "I'm saying he's slapping Chris Rock. He needed to slap that motherfucker she was in entanglement with." Oh my
entanglements. God. Entanglements. Hey, he trying to make sure she don't have no more entanglements. Hey, baby, look, I love you. See what I did?
Nah, that was a warning for anybody that was thinking about trying to get an entanglement. Anybody else trying to get an
entanglement?
Look, nigga, this is how I go for mine. Look,
I'm still in character. They might have said he was in character from Muhammad Ali still.
Man. You ain't slapping me and getting away with that shit. I'm sorry. We going to fuck with jail. Both
That's
of
why
them.
he ain't pressing charges because he slapped him and didn't punch him.
What's worse, a punch or a slap, though, bro?
Dog, like, hey, I don't know, like that.
I
Oh
think
man,
getting
that's
slapped is
slap.
worse than getting
Oh,
punched, bro.
bitch slap. Bitch slap is kind of
You get slapped
man.
by a whole nigga open his hands and have enough respect for you to punch you and slap the shit out you. Man, that's more disrespect than a punch.
Tell you what, I don't think too many motherfuckers gonna fuck with Will Smith. They know he. Oh, but
Mm-hmm.
nobody else will say shit
You
about
see how
that.
hard Samuel gave him a hug? Like, yeah, my nigga, yeah, where the fuck that bitch ass nigga? You always talking shit.
But you look at Samuel Jackson and see this is what I think. See a lot of characters they really play their roles. You know what I mean? Samuel Jackson play an asshole in all his roles.
All of them.
Robin Givens, she play a whore in all of them.
She exactly that.
She
got on being a motherfucker.
Take Tyson off her. Yeah, take Tyson off his game. Like I ain't. Well, you know, we ain't gonna kill no women or nothing like that.
And in 1996, somewhere between 96 and 98, there was a couple that fucked. Listen to what I'm saying. They fucked, right? They made a baby, right? Then they realized the Locks left Bad Boys and signed with Rough Riders. They decided during that era to name their son Jada Kiss. Is that college kids or is that some hood shit? His mom and dad from the hood.
Sheesh.
Jada Kiss Bond. But look, Jada Kiss Bond runs a 4.41, 4.3 40 time. Max goes to school with this guy. Max knows everything about this kid right now, man. This was a sneaky surprise that I put in the draft to see if Max would be all over that. And Hitter was over it first. Picked up a Jada Styles. Now remember, Jada Kiss Bonds. Now remember, Biggie Smalls, the wide receiver, is now in New York as a Jet. So they needed to go back and get a receiver, and they did exactly that. Replaced him with a 6'4", 180 pound kid with 94 speed, 94 excel right now. Max, what is Hitter getting with this type of receiver? Like,
just a vertical threat. I know like the 94, but like, you know, real life him, long stride, long frame, deep route runner, good possession catcher as far as like protecting his, using his height and advantages, you know, to protect the football going up. 50-50s for sure. Just an all around, like, you know, what you look for in a tall receiver. And the 6'4", 180 allows him to get in like a different little bit of route tree. He's not like 220, so it's like, you know, just a little different.
listen, being on the same football team as him, being in camp with him, being around a football team, and you being a football player yourself on the Hampton roster a while ago, nobody asked him, why the fuck your mom named you Jada Kiss, dog?
Bro, honestly, we used to just call that nigga Bonds because we did not.
They probably look down on him. He probably so big to their asses. They asked him that shit.
We just never called that nigga Jada Kiss, bro. Like, everybody on the football team called him Bonds, and I think that was kind of why, like, nobody wanted to ask that, like, harping question. Of, like, no, nobody trying to be disrespectful. It was just.
I wish I'd have went to school there. I'm like, yo, why you name Jada Kiss? What your mom, motherfucker, was a groupie nigga? We'd have been fighting day one, right in camp, right away.
Motherfucker.
I'd have been like, look, Max, is his voice raspy? Do you be like, oh my God.
But nah, he just a real to himself kind of guy. Like, he's one of them receivers that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really focuses on his game and his craft. Hard worker.
Fits the mold over there in football team land.
Are you mad that he's in Washington and not in New York?
Absolutely. What? My division, I got to face him twice a year. We know him. Got my player on the other side.
Oh, so y'all
had to match up. Y'all matched up in practice all day long. Y'all get to match up twice a year in real life now.
Yeah, it's different though.
Damn. So let me get this straight. So you telling me the last two wide receivers that you I actually
that I
told
brought
the
that
commish that
I
he
brought up.
forgot. They're on the football team.
Both of them.
Yes, both
Ooh,
of
do
them.
I hear something brewing, cooking up over here? Ooh.
I mean, we
Oh
just don't take.
man.
I just don't understand
Well, he
why.
didn't tell me about Jada Kiss. I went and found him
Nah,
myself,
yeah, I didn't tell him, but yeah, I
Oh,
didn't tell
okay.
him
and
about
I was
Jada Kiss,
trying to
but
surprise him. I didn't want him.
it
I
was gonna
wanted
be
him
a
to see
gem.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a gem. That's a here you go. You know what I'm saying? He got his neighborhood guys that's in here. You know, that would have been a neighborhood guy for me. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? It's cool. We get it back in blood. You
And
know,
Hitter
it's
said, "Fuck
unfortunate that
that,
it's
not
this
so
way.
fast, my friend." Well, and Hitter's credit, he
Say
was
you
on
got
when I
me
made these
sick.
guys late night. I made these guys like 3 in the morning, so he was on when I was making them. So he helped me look him up
I
and
think that's
find out
more
his
power than
credentials.
knowing that that's a player that I would go after. You know what I'm saying?
I did tell him Max went to school with this guy. He went to Hampton.
Still
Hey,
drafted him,
hey,
so
hey.
you know what I'm saying?
But
It's just
like you just, hey, look, we just heard you tell the Bucks all that shit's out the window, bro. You don't give a fuck if y'all know each other or what. So, like,
Nah, he
man,
don't.
look, he
He
got
don't
it.
give a
yeah,
fuck. He's a
Yeah.
Washington football
that's
player
why I
right
said
now.
we get it back in blood. We see him two times. You know what I'm saying? We get it
Washington
back.
Yeah.
football player right now. They got them a
Uh,
good one here, man. This is a steal. Another HBCU guy. This is a steal receiver, bro.
second
Um,
year in a row they done got this type of guy,
yep,
man. They,
yes, sir. Them
man.
Division One double E's and shit like that type
One
of
thing
guys,
about
man.
this football team, they're constantly developing, their team as a whole. So, a lot of people be complaining about teams like, you could take some notes. He ain't draft 5 wide receivers. He might have drafted one last year and developing one this year as well. But like he draft running backs every year. But like he develops players. He develops depth, and he
He don't
sees them
trade
out
too
because he
much,
don't trade.
and
That's
when
what
he
I'm saying.
do
He
trade,
sees them
is a
develop because he don't
blockbuster.
trade too much. Right.
Is
So
if he
like
trade is a blockbuster. So what he does, I mean, the team talent that they get is homegrown developed. Like they do it. That they're developed in the Washington football program. Period. There not too many, here and there. Cribbs is a guy that came from Baltimore, but and Cribbs in that situation, Cribbs never really saw the field in Baltimore, and so he was developed as a
You
receiver
got
for
Stokes from free
Washington.
agency,
Yep,
but that's
Stokes
it.
from free agency.
And
Yep,
that's
but
really about
outside
it.
of that,
Other than that, it's homegrown, man. They go get their guys, and they rely on what they know. They got a good conditioning coach and things like that to develop these players over here, man. They do it. I mean, do we think Jada Kiss is going to play? I mean, you know what, Jay Bonds, is that man going to see the field this year for them though?
No,
You don't think so?
I mean,
no. Maybe some red zone
I
situations.
think season one, when he drafts players over here, they always find a play to get their young players on the field
Mm-hmm.
to get production from their young players. It's not. I don't think we question the year one. We question the years beyond that.
Well, yeah, that's really what I
Um,
meant. Like, I don't think he's gonna play the year 1 and 2 like as an entirety, like as a full blown
but I can
starter.
beg to differ with that because some of his older wide receivers are getting a little long in the tooth. They're starting to get up there. Gibson is 28. I mean, Cribb's only 26. He's in his prime, but Demon Time is 27. So like, I think this guy can have a future over there in Washington unless he does a funky dope move.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, okay, maybe maybe after towards the end of his first contract, because we still have yet to see Watson, the 6'5" dog from last year, be the true number one.
Man, he went
So
the fuck crazy last year
Man, he
though.
went off with him last year. He only went off with him for 1 year. He only had him one season. He went off with him
he
last
wasn't
year.
the true starter though last year, was he?
His number
I
two receiver for him last
mean,
year.
he still had 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns.
He
He
was
had
the number
100
two
yards,
receiver for
13
him last year.
touchdowns, 52 catches.
See, what happened was, remember, Cribbs got hurt and Demon got hurt. He was forced to play him at the number one and never lost a job after that.
Yeah, I think we seen some things from this guy. And then he missed like 1 or 2 games while he was on vacation. But
Mm-hmm.
I think we definitely seen some things from the Watson kid last year. We know Pop Cribbs is the guy over here. Like I mean,
Yes, sir.
he's a dog. But I think it's very when in the snaps that Bonds is getting that he gets, if he shows some things, I think we'll see some stuff from him year one,
I wait
year
to.
two. I think we'll see some things from him.
Julian Fleming. I don't know why he's 79 overall. Take a look at that. But again, we talked about him. Keith Corbett, the second from Jackson State. Let me ask you: is it possible we can absolutely see this kid? How old is Waddle right now?
Oh man, I seen them. Waddle's 29, Manning's 28,
Forbes 24. I mean, I don't know, man. I seen him in the I seen him in I seen him in the chat looking for
Looking
another
for
wide
trades, yeah.
receiver.
So maybe they don't even
So
see Keith Corbin as a guy right now. D Wiggins over there for the 94 speed, 94 excel. This is a first round talent.
favorites not too much, yeah.
85 overall, sitting here right now for out of Miami, man. On the Titans roster. Look, the Titans got guys dropped because of their age last year, so this is a good player. I think they can play this kid and get something out of him, especially with Trevor Lawrence. We know what Jackson Smith and Nick, but come on, 89 overall dog. Ronnie fucking Bell. Listen, the bells went off when you drafted him. You fucked some guys' drafts up. Talk about it. What happened, man?
Man, you know,
What
speed
did you see
kills,
him,
bro.
and how long?
Like,
Listen, how long did it take you to realize this was your next pick?
Oh, it did not. To be honest, I looked at him in the first round. If the run on the linebackers hadn't gone like it did, you know, for my first round pick, I had to decide between him and Henry. I took Henry. Second round pick, I knew I would address wide receivers some. I mean, my wide receivers, Trey Owens is 28, and Pittman I just signed just because I wasn't just going to just drop a free agency the X Factor. He's not even playing. This motherfucker got dropped today. That's cool. He'll be riding the bench. He's just a mentor.
Right.
But I just looking as my, you know, Wendell Robinson is my running back. Where he's my X factor. So you look in the future, like that gives you Dixon, who I drafted last year, and then Mr. Bell as a number 2 over there. Honestly, so you know, as a future, I mean, he can come in and take some snaps with speed kills, man. Just trying to get him on the field early and often. He was a dog in Michigan.
Listen,
Everything.
like
He just
this.
got hurt. He
got hurt towards the ACL in Michigan during their year. They made it to the playoffs. He recovered, played his whole full second season over there, went dummies again, and then now he's drafted by the Cowboys right now. Ronnie Bell comes in this league at that 97 speed, 97 excel. What you're not catching on to is that at 6 foot, this kid has 98 special catch. Snake, talk about how his bunnies are, the vertical that he has.
Man, this guy in Michigan, you ain't see no highlights. You got to go see a highlight. He got a 98 jump at 6 foot, bro. Like, it's great change direction, great agility. It's not really nothing that they can do. Like, this was Michigan's big play guy, you know. They just get the ball in his hands and create some space and room, and he let him do the rest. Hoping that translates to the NFL, man.
He got the speed in your offense. You know, you got the shot plays off that quarterback when you know when you rolling out and you're doing some things. Your offense can get open downfield really easy. And he got the speed to go ahead and get downfield and do some things. You replace some old speed that was getting up there in age. And all you did was get younger and you got speed. Your receiving room is really legit right now. And I love this pick right now on Ronnie Bell. I can guarantee you. You know, and it was smart because what happens is most of the guys that was interested in Ronnie Bell just understood it was too many receivers in this draft to risk drafting him higher than a second-round pick, period. Now, could he have went in the first year? He could have, but it was too many other guys that were close to speed.
So many receivers, yeah.
So many of them. So, I think this was a perfect pick. I think it was a great pick for you at the time you got him and shit. When you picked him, you know, I wasn't in the same chat as you during the draft, but when you picked him, I knew the air went out of the room for a lot of guys. God damn it, he got him. Fuck. Yeah. That's exactly what I saw happening right there with Ronnie Bell right now. Let's get to the tight end position and get to the age real fast. We talked about some of the special tight ends in this draft. You know, we had 2 of them that went in the top 10. Actually, 2 went in the top 5. Michael Maris being the number 1 tight end in this draft. I mean, you're not going to get another guy to come out the draft that's a 90 or above overall that fast like that. Him and DW both came in with that feat. But they're not the only tight ends that was in this draft. It was a loaded draft class for the tight end room. All right, so we talked about Meyer last night, and we talked about DW last night. Let's talk about the 49ers. Getting Kamari Morales from North Carolina, 87 speed, 87 excel, 93 special catch, 6'3", 245. They already got a monster at tight end there. What does this do for the 49ers?
Morales was a second tight end at the 49ers pick. They picked up 2 tight ends yesterday. They got
picked up
Mallory
2?
also.
This is the second one? They picked up Mallory too?
They got Mallory.
Wow.
I think it's the same situation. They got Will Mallory, second round pick, 17.
And they picked up Morales. I want to say round 5, pick 17. Um, we know. I think some of the Titans was playing some of their best ball when they was actually had George Kittle shitting and able to take their shot plays to their number one wide receiver. And bringing in both of these tight ends, I just it's just and also we seen a better year from him when he had most start going off for those 2 seasons. Could this be a thing where you bringing in that rookie quarterback? You got protection and weapons, and quick bailouts, and a little bit more commitment to going to heavier sets and running the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, they like to throw the ball vertical down the field. They need to be able to find a short and intermediate game. You can do that with these two tight ends.
Richardson.
So what do? You play 3 tight end sets out here or something? How do you make this work? Because Will Mallory demands time. I can see him at the number 2 because they're not going to go away from their guy they had a couple years ago. But then they bring another kid in, in Morales. This guy can demand. I mean, 88 overall, buddy. He has to play.
Same token, let's give a shout. I believe this might have been the 49ers' first draft in a while. So once you make those picks, it's best player available. You like to have some fun with your draft and everything else. So like he was able to make the actual draft, and man, I think we got to see some 3 tight end sets, some definite 2 tight end sets. Like they have a fullback on their roster, so it's be straight tight end. Yeah, you gotta simplify the game for your rookie quarterback. And what better way to do it with tight ends and a running back, man?
Man.
What it boils down to.
They got deeper at the tight end room, period.
Yeah.
What are you asking me to feed? Spencer Rattler. Standing on 80.
Latu, Cameron Latu.
Listen, dog, Alabama. He played defense first, and then they moved him to tight end, and he went bonkers at tight end. Right?
Yeah,
so my question to you is,
6'6", 250. Texans drafting round 3, pick 2. This is one of those things where we, when you bring in another case, you bring in a rookie quarterback and young quarterback, Pickett, red shirt, it was a red shirt year, new coach, and you brought Rattler as a backup. Like, tight end can be a quarterback's best friend, and it's help develop that quarterback. This tight end is a dog. Like, oh man, I see him at least definitely coming right into the number 2 tight end right away. So they got Travis Graham.
What makes him special though, Snake? If I click on him and show you absolute his ratings, he's a hell of a blocker as well, yo. That's why
he does everything.
Yeah, he pretty much does everything well.
He's a complete tight end, and even with his run after the catch, like he's just really a complete tight end. He's an every down tight end. And like we say, what's the better way to develop your quarterback but bringing in a complete tight end?
Davis Allen goes to the Bengals from Clemson. He was I know my alarms keep going off. Yep.
Davis
I don't
Allen
know. It looked like I don't know yet.
6'6", 250. He come out on star. Yep. He was drafted round 4, pick 11. Definitely go to the number 2 tight end, and I think he can compete for the number 1 spot. Actually,
I was going to say the same thing. I think he can compete for the number 1 job over there in Cincinnati. Daniel Barker though goes to the Bills, and gives them another tight end over there. Gives them a number 2 tight end actually, because Woods is their guy.
Might go to the number 1.
Man,
Woods is number 1.
Woods
is number 1.
Austin Stogner from Oklahoma, 6'6", 251.
31.
A while ago, 86 speed, 88 acceleration. For the Raiders, they had a tight end from last year as well, though, that they spent time on. So, they got 2 of them now. I think when you start some of these tight ends with just luxury picks, guys just chasing. But look, the football team traded a tight end to be able to get Jeff Sims. They traded that was in that 4-player package trade. They go get Cameron McDonald from Florida State, 89 speed, 89 excel. And we know they got doing time over there, and they got Cannon over there. So they 3 deep at the tight end position for sure now. So because of the two I just named before this kid, do we see any action out of this guy, or he's a red shirt guy this year?
I think he more or less a red shirt. But you never know. I mean, we know Demon Time and Cannon are kind of the guys over here, but we know how the coach likes to get those new toys on the field. So I'm sure he'll have some play, but not, he'll get some snaps, but not a whole lot of impact this year. I don't see him having a whole lot of impact.
All right, you talk about a tight end that's a weapon for sure, weapon X. You got Eric Gilbert, man, LSU transfer to Georgia, and this kid is a monster at tight end. He's a receiver in the tight end's body, flat out, and he was drafted by the Seahawks, traded to the Cardinals after the draft, and you give the Cardinals this type of weapon at tight end. I think you're going to see him do more than just be tight end. I think he'll play every receiver position on the field. He's a monster, bro.
Damn, I missed that. I missed that trade.
Eric Gilbert. Hey,
King
monster,
James
bro.
getting long in the tooth, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this guy come right up to be the #1 tight end. Period. No questions asked about it.
None at all. One of the top 3 tight ends in this draft. Bottom line. So
might even be a sneaky pick over in the NFC for Rookie of the Year once you give Falk this type of weapon. And that's just real. That's being some real shit, bro.
Not one of the house phones.
Sheesh. 6'6", 95, like, yeah.
Leonard Taylor from Cincinnati went to the Bears. We talked about this. I think he's going to be their starter, bro, with that speed. They did a good job with their tight ends already. And their tight end wasn't, a guy that you look at as a speed tight end in the league and spare. But I think Leonard Taylor gives them a different dynamic at tight end for this team. And they throw to their tight end a lot, so I like it. You got Sam Laporta, another pickup here now. Free agency pickup? Yep.
Yeah.
James Mitchell was drafted by the Panthers, 86. I think, they got a good tight end already as a starter. This is just depth chart. Another pick right here, Brant Kuthi. Another depth chart situation. And then there go your young tight ends right now in the game right now. When we come back, the next show we'll talk about the offensive linemen that went in this game. That's our show for the day, man. Texans and the Ravens should be kicking off really soon. I don't know if I'm away or home. I think I'm home. He might be the broadcast guy. I will go back. I'll take the notes of the guys that we went over and that needs to be fixed. They will get fixed. I got you guys. Other than that, man, great show again. We will be back to continue to talk about the
y'all post them game times ASAP. Get them games in the chat so we're not sitting around waiting for stuff unnecessarily. Get your games posted at Nano so we can get the league moving. Shout out to them guys that got them games in early. We appreciate y'all getting them games in. We know it was a late draft and a great little off season. We're going to get to the defensive side of the ball. Man, hey.
We about to kick off, Bubba. Let's go.
Game time.
Holla at us, you heard?
Peace.